Before we begin, on my Etsy store, I will be taking off all of my Disney hanging decorative plushies to make way for new stock at the end of this month. They are handmade, double-sided Disney-themed designs from Mickey Mouse to Winnie the Pooh to Anna from Frozen. A couple of the listings also have the option to turn it from a hanging ribbon to a keychain. Also, if you spend £15 or more on my Etsy store, use the code 15OFF for 15% off of your order, and this will last until the end of next month. Enjoy the video! So I'm back again with another video on TeamPinata because I actually left out a part of the post that was at the end because halfway through the post it was coming to a point where I wanted to delete my internet connection and throw my laptop out the window. It was a long post filled with drivel. Give me a break, please. They missed out the allegation that they groomed somebody's child alter. They say that the child alter was 15 in a 31-year-old's body. We will address one particularly horrible and incredibly inaccurate rumour as we feel it needs addressing due to its appalling nature. Nan propositioned a 13-year-old. Nan has never propositioned or had the desire to proposition a child or teenager for inappropriate relations. That is disgusting. But drawing underdeveloped child bodies in inappropriate situations is completely fine because it's fictional. Right, Nan? The child Nan allegedly propositioned was not a biological child. The kid in question was a 15-year-old teen alter in a 31-year-old body. Kit, also a teen alter at 15, was dating him at the time long distance. It was common knowledge to folks who followed our channel/Instagram. When we were in Missouri for the first time, they held hands and there was a couple cheek kisses. I know this is supposed to be Riven writing this and they have a specific dialect, but having to read aloud, there was a couple cheek kisses, feels like it's violating the English language as I speak it. That was it. Kit was never interested in inappropriate stuff. They then go on to state that there were certain boundaries, such as cuddling and kissing, but not full-blown dancing with no pantsing. Apparently, Kit has since integrated into Nan's personality, meaning that Kit no longer exists, basically, in a nutshell. I can't verify, I can't confirm or deny any of this, but I do think it's a pattern that when it comes to Nan, there's always the phrase, "We are very confused as to why this is happening." They seem completely oblivious to the situations around them, and it's never ever Nan doing something. It's Riven writing the post, and it was Kit who was in this relationship. In my opinion, with Nan's seeming interest in the childlike form and childlike behaviours, I would not put it past Nan to date or attempt to date a child alter. This is purely speculation, this is purely my opinion, it's just what I see from the patterns we have observed. And I just wouldn't put it past them by saying, oh, it's not me, it was my teenage alter. And just adding in the part that they were biologically in a 31-year-old's body, there are certain psychological and neurological conditions that affect development and can stunt development psychologically, emotionally, etc. in people. So I don't understand this point. As well as this, there are regressive conditions such as dementia that can affect one's maturity and development level. And in cases like these, the family members of the individual affected can actually legally apply to have their consent written out for them. I have 80-year-olds in my care who cannot consent to the consumption of alcohol. I have residents that cannot make the choice to leave their residence without an escort. This entire point about them being biologically 31 seems completely irrelevant and misplaced. So that's the entirety of the original statement that TeamPinata posted onto their channel. I've screen recorded the entire post of me scrolling down in case anything happens to the post, in case they decide to delete it, but my first video was on the majority of the post, and the first part of this video was about the PS part at the end, which is weird to me as to why possibly one of the biggest allegations was left to the end. Perhaps they hoped people would just click off after reading so much about their trauma and the endless void that is within themselves. I did leave out some parts of the statement in my original video because screenshotting every single segment and then putting it into my editor was so tedious. They were very repetitive, but if you do want to go back and read the entire thing for yourself, you can pause the video. And of course, there was a second post by Nan themselves saying yet again they were sorry if anyone was affected by the imagery, and they say that they're embarrassed and regret the images, even though previously they stated that there was nothing wrong with the images. So it's contradictory and it makes absolutely no sense, and apparently it wasn't meant to be taken inappropriately, even though the images were posted on a fetish site, but there you go. Maybe people pointed out it was Riven that was doing the talking and not Nan, and they felt the need to come on and write as Nan, who knows. And now the third and presumably final post. Let's get into this. I'm going to read a lot of it without commenting so we can actually see the gaslighting in real time, but if I interject, I'm sorry. I'm a loud mouth, I can't help myself. Alright, after several apologies, several attempts at addressing the situation, dedicated effort to look at our dysfunction and ignorance from the past, and the ever-growing anger within the internet, it is not feasible for us to safely make videos anymore or have an online presence at all. Saying that there was absolutely nothing wrong with what you did isn't making a dedicated effort to look at your dysfunction and ignorance. Professionals and peers have encouraged us to come back, to move on from our past mistakes and aim towards a brighter future, to continue the help in the way we've always wanted to, but this is just not healthy for us. We wanted to help and we wanted to advocate. It hurts too much now. It's indescribably painful, as it seems to be for many others. I think the best thing we can do now is just leave. We don't want to be harassed anymore. We don't want to be slandered for our past anymore. We don't want horrible rumours and hearsay to continue. We don't want our name used by others to hurt people. It's come to our attention that someone has impersonated us to harm a system. Again, we're going with some really heavy buzzwords: harassed, slandered, horrible rumours and hearsay. I'm not sure what they mean by someone tried to impersonate them, or someone has impersonated them, so I'm not going to comment on that part. It's not in our code to disbelieve survivors, but certainly whoever hurt this system was not us. I would hope the culprit will be tracked down and stopped, and I think that can be achieved by a thorough look at the evidence. Your exile from the community was achieved by a thorough look at the evidence. So surely you should agree with why you were yeeted from the community. Aside from an interview with a professional advocate for the prevention and healing of CSA to be posted on their channel, we will not be making videos or appearing online anymore. I think this is the best way to minimise harm to others, to those we cared about, to the community we loved, and ourselves. The best living amends we can make is to go. I hope those we used to be friends with find healing and peace. We will miss you, and we are sorry for our part in the hurt you feel. We will miss the community as it once was. Sincerely, I hope the community will take a solid look at the dysfunction and corruption that has grown inside it and work at correcting these harmful qualities. Yeah, they started with booting you out. Yes, we are worried about the state of the community as it is. System who have just discovered themselves don't have a safe place to turn to right now, with the community as it is, with all the drama and broken trusts, and who caused that now? I'm so glad educational videos still exist, so newly discovered systems can find answers, and I honestly hope that new advocates will rise from the ashes and to continue to help and spread awareness for this disorder and for trauma survivors. Yeah, like I said, they got rid of you. You're not the be or end all. There are other DID YouTubers out there who do a massively better job than you when you exploited and exaggerated your disorder for clicks and money, didn't you, Nan? We believe in therapy, self-examination, self-honesty and growth, and we've always tried to advocate for that. This is a clear-cut case of not practicing what you preach. We will continue to pursue that for ourselves. That's a lie, isn't it? Because you denied everything, and you minimalised everything. So, you're going to continue to pursue that? You should start pursuing that. You haven't even begun to. We want a meaningful, peaceful, and safe life, and we will continue to reach for that offline. At this point, there have been too many apologies disregarded for us to think another one will be productive. Because all of them were crap. They were crap apologies. They were rubbish. How were you surprised by this? No one accepted them because they were deflectionary pieces of trash that served to victimize you and gaslight your audience. We are truly deeply sorry, and I hope the community can heal. Please take care. Jeremy. Oh, it's Jeremy. That's funny. They all seem to write the same, don't they? Except for ribbon. Oh, I'm losing my mind. Essentially, what you can take away from this is that they can't be on the internet because of angry people who are harassing and slandering them and spreading terrible, horrible rumours, even though they've apologised, in which their apology was a non-apology, where they deflected and gaslit their audience and took no responsibility and no accountability for anything. Sorry if your feelings were hurt. Sorry if you really need to look up YouTube apologies and, not do that. So it looks like TeamPinata are calling it quits for good. Thank God for that. Because did we really want people who draw CP and don't apologise for it to be on the platform? I'm sorry if this wasn't a spicy enough roast. Just reading through these long-ass posts is so tedious and boring. It's hard to find the entertainment in them when they're full of drivel. Feel free to check out the description, which will have my Twitter, Etsy store, Instagram, my Patreon, and my PayPal in the description if you would like to tip me for the therapy I will need after reading these posts. And on my Patreon, from $1 you can receive early access to my videos and other perks, and on the $5 tier you can join my Discord, which hosts 4 game nights a month. I hope to see you guys around. Bye.